his mind, trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah. Oh, John Boodle, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, turning Texas blue. And there's a blue dot family in the USA. All over this world. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
There is indeed, baby. And here we are again. I hope y'all are doing fine. I hope you're having a great weekend. I apologize for missing Beer Bud Friday, baby. I ain't gonna lie to you. Friday sucked. But Saturday, baby. Saturday was a redeeming day in my life, and I had a great time on Saturday. It lifted my soul up, rejuvenated me, all that kind of shit that you hear that a single day can do for you. That's what happened to me yesterday. So I'm back in the game, baby. Anyway, Jeanette Miller was the first one to jump in, followed by Dwayne Dwizzle. Carol Lowe is here, thank goodness. The Remixtress is with us. Jeff Curry and Debbie Marie are here. Virginia Whitley from Ginger's Chat Show is with us. Thank you, Ginger, for being here. Adina Michael is here. Nancy Halverson. Randy Peterson. Woo, windy pig, is it over there, huh? Rockport could get a little windy over there, buddy. It was great talking to you today. I'm looking forward to a few things. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall is here. Bruce Preston. Michael Falbister, 101, baby. All for the people. Mark Perkins is here. Thank you. Let me see. Deborah Douglas. Let me get on down here where I am. David Billings, thank you for being here. BW. Darling, thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you are. Let me get on down here before I get lost in where we are. Pepper Roberts is here. Thank you very much. Curtis Wood, thank you for being here. Anyway, it is a fine day. I hope y'all are having a great day. I got to spend a little time today on the Tim Cormall show. I have a great time over there anytime I go on the Tim Cormall show. Had a great time with Joe and Francie. Please look it up wherever you get your podcast, the Tim Cormall show. I shared the show on my Facebook page, so if you're on Facebook, just look on my page, and you can find it there. Joe did an outstanding clown car on states getting divorced and what that would mean and who's going to get what. And we have to divide things up, like any divorce would have to be. And we had a great time talking about that. But there was something that I read when Tim sent me the show notes, sent me the notes, what we're going to talk about and all this stuff. And you have to pick a social media friend of the week, somebody you can point to and go, hey, this guy does good, I like what he says, or whatever. And we all share that. Well, Tim shared a quote from a Republican, and the minute I read it yesterday, I had my usual reaction. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? That came out of somebody's mouth? Yes, it did. I'm fixing to read it. This is from, let me get my glasses off here so I can read up close. This quote is from Alaska State Representative David Eastman. David Eastman, he's a Republican up in Alaska. And he has a very important question he wants answered, and he wants to know how much money fatal child abuse will save the state. Here's his quote. Please pay attention to what he's saying. In the case where child abuse is fatal, obviously, it's not good for the child. But in actuality, it's a benefit to society because there aren't needs for government services and whatnot over the whole course of that child's life. what he is saying is that if there is going to be child abuse going on, then they might as well kill the kid. Because if the child survives, it's going to take a lot of money to help that child regain his life, his or her life from that abuse. And it's just not worth the money that it would take the state to save that child. If you want to know who the Republican Party is, there it is, baby. Their blowhard bullshit that they push, right to life and all that crap. And I've said it from the beginning, that right to life ends the minute that baby takes a breath. After that, they could give two shits about it. And David here up in Alaska is a prime example of that. They're two-faced. They lie through their teeth. They cheat. They have no compassion for life whatsoever. They could give two shits about your kid. How much their donors make? Oh, well, there's a big thing to worry about. But it's stories like that that remind me of why we're in this shit. Because there are people like that who could give two shits about child abuse or any other major issue facing the society. And it's disgusting. And it pissed me off. I let them know it on Tim's show. And I thank Tim for bringing it to my attention because I didn't see that. But that's who the Republicans are, baby. So you want to know why we're in this fight? We're all in this fight for a lot of different reasons, baby. There's a good one right there. Because we do give a shit. Anyway, it is Sunday. Who's in the room down here? See. Let's grab Ozzy up here before he gets swept away. And I hit the wrong button. Ozzy, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm all right, guys. Things are progressing. We have workers everywhere from the government and the local government and the federal government cleaning up streets, digging up holes where pipes have been damaged underground. And services are still patchy, but we have been assured by the end of this month we will be back to normal. So end of the month is only a few days away.
That's only a couple of days away.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a bit of grace and say I don't believe that by looking at the work. I think it's probably another week if they work 24 hours a day. But we're close. We are close.
Okay.
Now, guys, I want to bring up three things that really stood out in Australia this last couple of days.
Hey,
not
Dave?
normally.
Hey, Dave?
Yeah?
Hold your thought just for a minute, okay? Let's get everybody into the room, and then we'll come back and let you finish your thought. Okay. David, are you with us?
I am with you.
How are you doing, my friend?
Better for the first time.
Good.
In a while.
Me too. I could say the same thing. I'm a lot better than I have been in a while, and what a difference a day makes. But I am glad you're doing better, brother.
I'm glad you're doing better too, John.
See? Mutual support society. That's what we have here.
Good.
Yeah, pat each other on the back. But I'm glad you're here. Let's get Bernadette into the room, and I'm tickled to death she's here because I didn't think she could be. But she is indeed with us. Bernie, you're muted, dear. There she is.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Dave,
Bernie.
And Dave.
Hey.
Oh, it's
Hey.
What?
But John, that story that you were just talking about. I got something to say on that one.
Oh, I bet you do.
Well, let Dave go first.
Okay, we'll let Dave go first. But I'm tickled to death you're here. You still got power,
me
I
too.
assume?
I do.
Ooh, good.
However, we got major storm coming again.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen that.
I got it for the moment.
Okay, well, we're glad you're here.
So I'm here.
All right, well, let's turn that back over to Dave because Dave had three thoughts in his head. And that's unusual.
Yes.
You know, three at one
Yes.
time. Dave, you're
I
really doing
know.
good, brother.
You're a mongrel, you are. You're a mongrel.
I know, brother. I try hard at it. What's up?
I'm trying to get over some sad news, but I'll get to this first. But and then my sad news later.
All right.
The things that stood out in Australia this past couple of days is things that have not been making big headlines about America lately because it's becoming so standard. It's so acceptable, this lying and bullshit that's going on. But
Yeah.
what stood out and people are talking about is what's happened in a quick 48-hour section is that, and is making us more aggravated. We learned in one day that Arizona AG, Republican AG, buried a report clearing any election fraud. A MAGA woman gets on TV and asks Putin to liberate America.
Yeah.
And another MAGA woman gets on TV and suggests one shot, one bullet, one whatever, and it's all sorted out. Joe Biden's dead, and we're all happy.
You want to know where the Republican Party is? Again, I point to it. There it is, baby, in a nutshell, what they're willing to do.
It's scary, and we have realised that America is becoming a dangerous place to be associated with, and that's not good. That is not good.
You know,
It
has
scary that
repercussions around the world. Repercussions around
well, I'm
the
sure
world.
everyone has got an opinion on this, I'm sure, especially the suggestion to a lively MAGA crowd that you should be shooting the president.
Yeah.
I don't know why she wants to arrest him. I don't know why.
You got, we talked today about, Marjorie Taylor Greene has come up with this divorce idea. And as I said on today's show, on Tim's show, I played that, what her rhetoric is right now. And you compare that to what I have said Trump is doing, and I've said it over and over. Trump is not trying to win an election. He's not trying to win a nomination. He is trying to raise an army. He knows he hasn't got two shits of a chance to get elected into this office again. But take it? Well, even if he loses again, look at the excitement it would be. And it would all be for him. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And it's up to the Republican Party what they do with this shit. And I think we're going to find out rather quick. It's going to come to a head because, March 1st, the grand jury in Georgia is reconvened. And that's on Wednesday. And that is when Annie Willis down there will be taking her information to the grand jury. Remember, what went to was a special grand jury where we got the lady making all the news coming out as the foreman. Oh, Lord.
She now has been declared that she's done no damage, no harm.
She's not any
well
harm,
within her rights.
but the Trump team is going to try to get the case thrown out because of that.
Yeah.
It won't succeed, I don't think. I think the judge will look at him and tell him, shove it up your nose, but they're going to try to get the case dismissed on her speaking her mind. But she hasn't divulged anything. She gave a lot of giggles and a lot of eye rolls, Freedom of speech, I guess. Isn't that what the right would say?
For someone who seems to be a little bit maybe 10 cents short of $1, she's not that stupid. She's quite intelligent. She's just a bit quirky.
Yeah, she's young. She's young and put into a position of that everybody wants to know about.
I've said my piece, and I've just to let you know what Australia has noticed this week. Was those three items stood out to us this week was the call for the one shot, one bullet, and all that for Biden, and the MAGA candidate saying that Putin, please liberate us, and the scary burying of a 10,000-hour report that proved that MAGA is a bunch of crooks.
Well, you don't have to look far to find ties between the Republican Party and Russia nowadays. They're not all, the Republicans are not up for supporting Ukraine so much. They're willing to walk away and just let whatever happens. That party of freedom and democracy and all that shit that they talk about, they're not willing to stand up for it. Anyway, let's get everybody else in here.
I lost my best friend of 19 years, John. Yesterday.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
My little boy passed away, which not my boy, my four-legged boy.
Yeah.
My little pup. I've had him for 18 years and 10 months. And
boy, howdy, Dave.
I'm not going to go on about it. I'm not going to go on about it. I know how it feels. You know how it feels,
yes,
John.
I do. Yes,
I'm sure every member of this family has had lost pets.
Yeah.
So, good, nice thoughts, please, for my little boy Leo. He was a great little guy.
Outstanding.
I've said my
I'm sure
piece.
you're going to miss him, brother, because, when you have a dog that long, they stay with you forever. I've told people before, if you look at my Facebook page, that picture on there of my Emma, she died a while back ago. I just can't take that picture down. I just can't.
No, you can't.
No.
I can't move his food bowl. I can't take
I
his food bowl.
know
I can
exactly
leave
what
it
you
there.
mean, brother. Yeah, it's that finality, that move that you make. That yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
rough,
trust
brother.
animals
It's
more than
rough.
people.
So my heart goes out
I
to you.
love animals more than people, John.
Well,
Animals are so honest.
yes, they are. Yes, they are. They'll let you know real quick where they stand. Anyway, let's get everybody else talking. Miss Chick, are you in here?
I am in here.
We have the whole gang in here.
We
Ain't
do.
no telling what we're going to talk about now.
No telling.
How are you, dear? Everything going on well?
Yeah,
Right,
we
Bess?
didn't have the ice storm that they had in the southern part of the state, so
Mhm.
all's well. There's still 200,000 people without electric on like day 4, I think, down there. But they're supposed to get it patched up and finished maybe sometime Monday, I hope.
Well, Bernadette's up there basking in the sunshine and warm weather.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, please send some. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Any which way it comes in.
We did have a spot of
Bernadette?
sun today.
Good.
And it's rather nice. It snowed this morning, that wet snow again. And we're going to get 3 more days of this shit. So we're stocking up and
Good.
on supplies and going to bear down and bear through it again. So,
Bernadette,
yes, sir. How
we
you
got
doing?
snow down. We got snow down here. They got snow
I
in
I
the
can't
south.
believe that shit was happening
Right?
down there
I
in
know.
LA and stuff. That's
Yeah, although
unbelievable.
LA got snow.
blizzard conditions out in my old stomping grounds out in San Bernardino, 5 feet of snow.
Man, that
5
is unbelievable.
of snow.
It's a good thing climate change is
Unbelievable.
the hoax.
I bet
right?
everybody went outside with their camera.
Oh, Dave, we don't have to worry about climate change, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
nothing to that
Yeah,
shit I
sure.
heard.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got to
fair
talk
enough.
about this guy Eastman out of.
Okay, before you do,
Alaska.
Yeah,
let me
do
thank
that.
let me thank Louis Russo, who came in with a $10 donation and said Marjorie Confederate Green. You don't have to say no more than that.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Louis. Now you were going to talk about who?
Is his name Eastman?
Yes.
Eastman?
Yes,
He's not
Out
a
of-
David though
out of-
anymore. Dave can
David Eastman.
Dave
No,
not for this. You've revoked David
Representative
from it.
Eastman out of the Republican legislature up there in Alaska.
Yep, that's the guy.
Dude, when I saw that video the other day before my electricity went out, and I made a public statement in Discord, something I don't talk about very often, because it's not just me. But I'm going to talk about it right here, right now, because what that man said is absolutely garbage.
It's disgusting. It's
It's
disgusting.
garbage.
It tells you where their mind is. It's more about money.
What he said about it's okay for the child to die from child abuse because then it wouldn't be this lifelong thing on
Wouldn't cost the
government
state.
funds.
Yeah.
It costs the state, whether it's the state or the federal government or whatever, because I'm sure he included it all. Well, I'm here to tell you, my grandson, and everybody knows him as the littlest blue dot, was a victim of child abuse. And I'm going to tell this story, John. I'm going to tell it fucking proud because I'm
I know this is not easy for you, Bernie.
abuse. It's not easy. But when a child, 5 years old, is abused by its own parent, okay, to the point where the county steps in and revokes the parent's rights as a parent, just cuts them off.
Yeah.
Because the abuse was that fucking severe. Okay? I, for one, am grateful that that child survived. And I'm here to tell, other than the fact that California gives children Medi-Cal,
Yes.
gives it to the children under the age of 26, I believe, if they're in college. But up to the age of 21, they get free health care in this state. Okay, I'm cool with that, and I don't mind paying for it. I don't mind paying
Indeed.
for it. Other than that, my grandson has not used any government assistance. Nothing. Nothing. Not even child support, which my son could very well demand from the county. He don't
Right.
want to. Okay? He takes care of his kid. He takes care of his
That
kid.
speaks volumes
and
about
he
him and you.
pays a portion of the medical that comes in every fucking month. He pays for his kid to have this so-called free because he's a
Yeah.
working man. Okay? So they put him on a sliding scale, so he helps pay for it. It's about, I don't know, $15 a month. Okay, that's doable. Don't mind doing that. But other than that,
Yeah.
ain't nothing coming into this kid. And John, I'm here to tell you, I was looking at his grades today.
Yeah?
And those
What's
B's
up?
that he had last semester,
B's? What's
straight
up with
up
that?
student again. Straight up a student again, okay?
There you go.
See, he ain't getting nothing from his fucking
yo,
government.
we-
You tell that asshole up
we
there in,
have
in
great
fucking
faith.
Alaska, he could kiss my black ass.
Yeah, well, he can kiss all of our collective ass, but it shows who don't ever let them Republicans
shit
talk
pisses me
about the
off.
sanctity of life again. Don't let them say, "Oh, well, that's why we want to save the babies. It's the sanctity." No, you just as soon die if they're going to cost you money. And somebody, just let me back this up if I can. Yes, JWB52Z, the Eastman guy, sounds like he's taking a page right out of Ebenezer Scrooge's book.
Garbage.
Scrooge said that if the poor are going to die, they should die quickly and decrease the surplus population. Right out of Dickens.
It's the same mindset as your lieutenant governor down there said during COVID when he was suggesting that the seniors should die for the economy.
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
save money, you know.
They're not the
You're
party
old
of life.
anyway.
They're the party of profit.
And what did we
Because
say?
they're giving
Go
nothing
first.
to this damn economy and nothing to this country. They should just get off the planet and make way for the new clones they want to run their fucking corporations and make their asses fucking rich. I'm sick of this shit, John.
I can hear it in you a little bit there, Bernie. Good. We should all be so outraged.
And that's why
And each one of us has.
That's why I'm gonna fight this fascist bullshit until the day I fucking die.
There you go,
For the
baby.
Now
sake
you're
of my
ready to go.
grandson.
Woo! Take that shit. Slap the fuck out of him that way. Yes.
Slap him twice for me.
There you go. That's fine.
I could not believe he
twice.
said that.
And just to make you smile again, David Eastman should really just shut the fuck up. Are you shitting me? That's too loud, David. Something's not right. Oh, look at that. I hit the right switch on the first try. Yeah, he needs to shut the fuck. He's an embarrassment now. And he showed himself. What are we going to do with that kind of information that you've done stated on camera? That you'd rather a child die
We hold
than
it
to have to
against
pay
him
for
every
that
time he
child's care.
wants to open his mouth. We throw those words back in his freaking face. That's how what
you
we
go.
do.
There you go. All right, let's get Bernie. Let's get Bernie calmed
This
down
is
again.
very.
Yeah.
This is very Orwellian.
This
It
is
is
why
Orwellian.
If you want to dwell up my passion, child abuse is one of them.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse is another, and fucking plastic. Get me talking about any three of those things, and I'm hot.
I
You
can
know
hear
what I
that.
suspect with
Well-
this Eastman guy?
What's that, David?
I mean, I've been charting all the just batshit crazy evil shit the Republican Party, mostly the extremists, have been suggesting. I'm wondering if this isn't a massive distraction. I wonder if this isn't them trying to draw our
Outrageous.
attention away from
Nah.
real ways
nah.
they're getting ready to screw us over. I'm sure that they believe it on some level. I'm sure part of it comes from the weakness of the leadership of the Republican Party, which is just
Which
pathetic.
is at a maximum
It's
right now. The
pathetic
weakness
at
of it
this
is
point.
it is pitiful. You know,
That is not a statement you. That's not a statement you make
And
if you're not serious.
You
Well-
might have a point. They are the whole entire Republican Party is a fucking distraction to this
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
We have bigger issues to deal with.
Indeed.
How about climate change for one?
indeed. You know, if
How about
nobody's
the economy for
That-
another?
you-
How about
you
that
could go
lying
on with a
fucking
list for
sea
20
guy,
minutes.
Lard ass.
about the things that we are not doing while the Republican Party goes apeshit over laptops
Yes.
or what other bullshit that they want to investigate the
I've-
investigation, whatever. Go ahead.
I've been laughing every time because of their promises and promises to address the inflation. We're going to deal with inflation.
Yeah.
They've done
Yeah.
nothing.
Have they done it? No.
Bernadette?
They didn't talk about it
Well,
anymore.
the same as the healthcare policy they were going to have in 2 weeks for 4 years.
Or an immigration policy.
You were going to say, Miss Chick?
I was going to ask Bernadette if she would read Just Coggins' comment.
Just Coggins.
The latest one he just put up says Eastman was censured.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what I see.
Good.
Good. They
And
censored
that he
him?
was the only dissenting vote. Good.
Good. They need to. Now, if they could just
Well-
get, hey, we have a few other names you could do the same thing with. Santos comes to mind.
They
Easy
all-
pickings, low-hanging fruit. You could show your courage, baby. Do it. Censor his
Hey,
ass.
let's start with Kevin McCarthy for
There's
giving
there's
the
there's where you.
41,000 hours of videotape to Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson.
Oh, we are going to see the outcome of that. What do
See
you
who's
think
going
he's going to
after-
do with it?
You see who's going after McCarthy for that?
Who?
It's hard for me to believe. Mike Lindell.
Oh yes, Mike
Oh,
Lindell's
really?
pissed off because
Yeah.
he didn't get it.
He didn't
Because
get it.
he has all the credibility in the world.
Because he wanted to make pillows out of
Right.
it?
These people are a distraction.
Yes, Mike Lindell is pissed off. I think he's filing suit.
This giving Tucker Carlson all those hours of video, we all know he's going to manufacture his own video out of that
Sure.
to look like,
Yes.
it was a
Sure.
picnic. And but the danger to the country of exposing your security
Yes.
features of that Capitol building is not in his mind of thought or train
No.
of thought. And this is a problem. Big
Or care.
problem.
And the cat's
Or
already out of
care.
the bag. He's got the video footage down.
Yeah.
It's already done. It's a done deed. And what are we supposed to do with that knowledge? That McCarthy just turned over this to fucker.
John, let's hope that this Dominion case takes a whole lot
Oh,
of
I
money
hope
out
it-
of Fox's
And
ass.
I
so
think
they
it
can
is.
do shit with it.
Fox
Well,
is
let's
claiming
hope that's
they.
a
It is.
cautionary tale for them to watch what they do with that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, they are saying on TV now, live, that Trump fucked with the regulations to improve the train braking system that Obama installed. They are making that very
Yes.
obvious. So I
Yeah.
think they've got a
Yes.
losing deal.
Obama
Good news
put
on
in
that, too,
regulations. Trump came in and reversed the regulations, and
Yeah.
and part of it had to do with the train braking systems that eventually ended up causing this derailment.
The good
And
news on
there's
that.
been another
So,
derailment by the same
Again,
freaking
it's not
company.
about your safety; it's about them making money.
The good news on that front, Dave. Ohio, very
What's
red
that?
state. Ohio, very red state. DeWine, total Trumpian governor. A lot of the press, especially the little independent press, that are Ohio residents are starting to turn. They're starting to ask him hard questions. They're not letting him off the hook. I don't know if you saw the
Yeah,
interview
Pete
with
Buttigieg.
I don't
Pete
know.
Buttigieg is making that pretty obvious, isn't he?
Donnie showed up.
This is
Donnie
papers
went down there
within the
handing
state.
out water and
Yeah.
hats and
Fuck
shit,
red hats.
you know,
Sorry,
red
pardon my
hats, yeah.
language.
Well, let's talk
Try
about
to
that
this
for a
was the
minute.
hat you're wearing.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Expired
I was-
water and expired hats.
Did anybody see the
No.
cold opening of Saturday Night Live last night?
Yeah, it was classic.
It was classic.
Beautiful.
It was. It was well done.
No. Please explain to Australia
if
what
you want.
happened.
It's Trump at East Palestine giving a speech. It's really good. Really good.
The guy they have in Trump now, it's got his mannerisms down just to a T.
He-
to a
he
T. That
does,
guy
yeah.
could sound. If you close your eyes, you'd swear it was Trump right in front of you. And with a
So
little
let's
more
talk,
makeup.
Let's
Okay.
talk about what's really going on.
Let's talk about
though.
that.
What's that,
Yeah,
Miss
let's
Chick?
talk about Trump.
I was watching the Young Turks before you went live here today,
Right. Good show to
and
watch.
I can't remember the woman's name. You know, the main lady there. That
Anna
Mhm.
Kasparian.
yes, okay, but she was talking about the fact that what Trump is most likely doing and will continue to do and always has done is it doesn't matter that he lies. It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter, because he was telling some fibos there. people were coming around and pointing the camera at him.
Yeah.
And he is in front of his base, and it doesn't cost him anything other than
Yeah.
showing up and throwing
That's
water
it.
at people.
That's it. Paper towels,
Which
water
is a
hats,
lot
whatever
less
it is.
than right. But he's going to continue to do that, just like he kind of did before. Nobody. And here's the part she was after was the media. The media is at fault because they're going in there and going, oh look, and they're not talking about the fact why he's doing it or
Right.
disseminating it, and they just keep showing up and putting the camera in his face. And she was rather upset
free
that the media
publicity.
isn't asking him questions.
It's free
You know-
publicity for him, and sure, yeah, he's gonna take that
He's
shit.
gonna soak it up for all it's worth. Every time.
And he'll
too.
do it again. He'll do it
He
again.
was
Sure.
asked the question, though. He was asked the question. I did see a clip on one of the shows where one reporter said to him, wasn't your administration involved in deregulating these safety issues? And he jumped the question and went to, MAGA has, that he has some great plans for America, and there'll
Yeah,
be
he
never,
does.
ever, look, he says there'll never, ever be another train crash again. I promise you.
Yeah.
In the
Right.
first day.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
It's a classic example of I'll say anything you want me to say.
But he wouldn't answer the question.
No.
He wouldn't address
No.
the question.
Well, that's classic politician, though. It really is, but
Yeah, but that's a serious question, and it's a serious
Trump has
issue.
never taken responsibility for anything he's done wrong. in his
Never.
whole
I
life.
think by June
Going back
things
to
are
the
going to change.
70s.
in the meantime, they're literally trying to throw Pete under the train, and
Yeah, good
You see
metaphor.
what they tried to do
well,
with
they
that, though?
are.
As if he was driving the damn
Yes.
train when it crashed. Okay?
They're
Right.
trying to make it seem like that, I'll tell you.
Don't they?
Yes.
Well, it's all about who didn't show up and blah blah blah, yuckity schmackety, whose fault it is, and like
Let's
I
not
said,
forget,
Trump
Biden
will
was
spew
in-
lies and they don't correct it. They don't correct it. They
Biden
just
was
put
in
the
a war
camera there.
zone. He was in a war zone. He never planned this train crash, and the timing of him being in Ukraine
Had
and
to
the
be
train
planned
crash,
out
No,
long
was
ahead
not-
of time.
We were talking
it could
about
not
Pete.
work.
Pete wasn't
It's
in
not his-
Ukraine.
He couldn't have gone.
Yeah, but,
he couldn't have
but
turned
all
up.
of that doesn't make a rat's ass to the MAGA crowd. Joe's
That's
not
that's
there.
Biden.
You
That
hear the
wasn't
big
Trump's
speech
there.
thing
Trump
Biden
stands up
was
for
making,
America.
though.
That kind of shit.
Maggots were saying this was the fault of the NTSB that was part of the Department of Transportation. National
now they're-
Transportation Safety Board is not part of the Department of Transportation.
No.
Pete Buttigieg
Right,
had
but-
to address it and point that out.
Yeah.
All these maggot Republican representatives, people in the government, are saying this.
They're
And they
going to
don't-
ramp
they
up
don't even
their
know how
committee
government-
crap and pull
But
Pete
see,
in. Make
see,
him
here's the
testify.
thing. Here's the thing with the lies. All they have to do is get the lie out there, and then they keep.
Oh, it takes on a life
keep
of its own after that.
repeating the lie
Yep.
over and over and over again, whether it's true or not doesn't fucking matter. Just get the lie out of there. We've seen this from the Republican Party since Trump came down the fucking stairs.
And if they can get enough people throwing enough stupid bullshit like Marjorie Taylor and her
Indeed.
balloons, or whatever, the media doesn't point their camera in the right direction and ask
No.
the
No, they're
questions.
pointing it towards the circus.
Yes.
The circus is in town, so this is what we're going to cover.
And that's the end.
And in the
that's
meantime,
radio,
nothing's
right?
getting done.
It's because the media is into the money now. It's all for
I have
sales.
power.
Yes. That's the sad truth
Yeah.
of all of it. It's
Yeah.
not the news of our youth when we used to sit as
It's not
kids
news.
when our
No.
parents turned on ABC, NBC, or CBS because that was the only thing you had. And they covered the news. Occasionally, they'd throw in commentary.
Well,
Other
that's
than
kind of
that-
what we have to do is reject the mainstream media.
No,
which
you
is
have to
what
go
it
look.
was
Don't
saying,
take
but-
anything.
MSNBC are probably the most honest news you have at the moment. Seriously, I watch them regularly, and I watch CNN. I don't watch Fox. I only watch clips from the Fox things Fox do. But in saying that, CNN is like Fox, but it does give out some facts. But MSNBC seem to give the facts
That's
as
honest-
they are. They
an
don't love
honest
Trump. They
opinion.
hate Trump.
Yeah.
They
Well,
do.
that makes
They
them
don't hide it.
left-leaning, Dave. That doesn't put them in the center. That makes them left-leaning, which isn't the greatest thing in the world either. We need something in the middle.
But they I know we do, which CNN I think is trying to be. They're trying to be the fence sitter. They want to. They want to be anti-Trump, but they can't because the corporation's owned by wealthy people who are the shareholders. I don't know what MSNBC situation. It seems to be. I don't give a fuck about shareholders. But CNN, sometimes you think that's good, and then sometimes you think, what the fuck are you saying? You know,
I watch CNN
Right.
quite a bit. It's on there. We leave it on a lot because if anything breaking news happens, it's usually going to end up there first.
I like to watch C-SPAN simply because you don't have anybody interpreting it for you. You watch it
Yeah,
live.
you watch
comment,
it yourself and interpret yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, C-SPAN is quite interesting. Something, you know.
And the
Yeah, well,
And that's
NPR
the
is usually
thing.
I like PBS as far as news broadcasts
Yeah,
because
they're not
those
too
guys,
bad either.
yeah, they just give the fucking news. There's no opinions unless they're on as an opinion. But you know, I
It's easier for me
scan
to
the
tell
news
you
for a whole lot of
who I
different
would
places.
not trust with shit. You pick it: Fox News, Newsmax, OAN, all of that. That's nothing but a propaganda machine for the
Yep.
extreme right. It's an echo chamber over there for them. You think over there Fox is discussing how Fox fucked up and all these messages back and forth between all their talking heads? No, they're not talking
and
about that.
the point being, there's as many left-leaning as there are right-leaning,
Yes.
but all of them are leaning towards the ratings and the money.
Yeah.
Not the real information. You
The
know,
work that needs to be
And
done.
now that Trump is out there bagging Fox, he is attacking Fox, and he's attacking a few of his other used to be allies because they have made a few statements that put doubt on Trump. He's attacking Fox for them backing Buttigieg and what Buttigieg said, which Trump basically caused this. So he's lost Fox, I think. And they're backing DeSantis. They seem to be pushing DeSantis,
Yeah.
which
well,
also
that's why he's
pissed
pissed
Trump.
off, Dave. 'Cause he used
DeSantis
to
will never
literally
make
be
it
on the
outside of
phone
Florida.
every morning to Fox News.
You know, right now I seen a poll earlier. It was Trump was still at 43% of the Republican Party. Closest one to him was DeSantis, and he was at 23%. So, dickhead is still the number one.
The number one dickhead.
Yeah, number one dickhead over there on the right. But
They're
Ron
all dickheads.
DeSantis, for all the
He's still in
bullshit
charge.
noise
Still
that
in
he
charge,
makes,
and people need to know that he's still in charge. He's still a threat to this democracy.
Yes, he
A
is.
serious threat.
I look at Ron DeSantis as the guy that is telling people that you don't want to. You're embarrassed about your history, so you don't want to teach it. That's what Ron DeSantis. Oh, this all looks bad for us. We don't want to teach any of this, any AP, African studies,
Well,
all that shit.
again, his history is limited too. He's Italian, and I don't know. I think his grandparents came here, or maybe his great
Oh,
grandparents.
so he can play the immigrant card. That my family.
Right.
Everybody in America
Yeah.
can, except for the natives, can claim immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is an immigrant, forced or voluntarily, except the Native Americans, which, as Miss Chick pointed out, has a whole series of problems going on within itself that we allow to just simmer on the back burner. Well, we ain't got time to deal with missing people out of. Let the Native Americans take care of that themselves. That's not the way we should look at any.
And let's not talk about how long they did the residential schools, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I think the last one closed in like 1996.
Isn't that when you go to look? Isn't that shock you?
Well, and I've been listening to some Canadian stuff because they had them and we had them, but it's the churches and the horrendous abuse of all types of ways you can imagine to these children.
If you're embarrassed of
And
your
they got
history,
away
do
with
not
it
teach
for
it.
90 years.
But the old saying,
Good
if
Lord.
you don't know history, you can't learn from it.
Remember, Mr. Chick, the Native Americans were looked upon, and up in Canada too, as savages. And they were
Brutes.
going to break the savage. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what that shit was all about.
They weren't
It
human.
it was evangelicalism at its utmost. They were going to instill their religious belief upon these savages.
Yep. Rip the
It
kids
was the
away, take
same
away their
thing
language,
that
take
they
away all
did
of
to
their
African
traditions.
people when they brought them
Yeah.
here.
First step in mistreating a group of people is to dehumanize them.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
But they're still doing it. They're still
Yeah.
doing it in other ways. They're finding other ways to do it. And Bernadette knows all about that. Excuse me
yeah.
while I choke to death.
Oh no, don't do that. Not on air.
Please, yeah, don't do that.
Right.
On
I
air or
inhaled a
off
fuzzy-
air.
On air.
But
No,
yeah,
it's, you know, this
sad,
country has
sad,
a
sad
a
affairs.
very violent and brutal history that it does not want to come to terms with. And so this shit continues on. You get people like Eastman up in Alaska spewing out some stupid shit out of his mouth, and oh,
yeah, he's all
Unless
about being
you,
county.
unless you
it's
teach,
frustrating, it's distracting, it's dangerous, and it is. We have bigger issues that the whole world is sitting under, and we have to deal with these small-minded individuals that seem to have just a little bit of power. Come on, Blue Dots, we could raise a fucking tsunami and do it again.
We
Because
have to.
they're trying to stay in power.
And
They're
I
trying to
think
stay
you know
in
I
power.
think we stand a damn
Fucking
good
kill
chance
us
of getting a
all.
lot of participation this next election, because
I
of
hope
the
so,
fact. Oh, I
John.
do. I hope so, baby.
John,
yeah.
if you don't teach honest history and learn from history, it will repeat.
You are doomed to
And
repeat it.
what they are doing with these people is burying that nasty stuff that they've done
Sure.
in the past,
Well, you
so
know,
they can
Dave,
repeat it.
it's easy because we did it to, those people, those people, not
We
real
have the
Americans.
rise of
Yeah.
white nationalism in this country, and let's just call a fucking spade a spade.
You know,
Okay.
Yes,
since you
Please.
said that, Bernadette, and I cannot quote Joe Santorsa. Joe is a regular on Tim Cormall's show. I just love this guy. I really do. The way he puts his shit together, the way I just love him. He's a great guy. Anyway, on today's show, the subject of being, of woke, of Ron DeSantis fighting against the woke, and Joe, who is known for doing quite a good, extensive research. Where did that come from? Well, it comes from the 1940s. That's it. It was. I can't quote the guy's name. He was a jazz musician, blues, a black man, and it was during a time of before the actual civil rights. There was a lot going on before the 60s, and he spoke about how white America was being awoken to the life of black America. I can't quote Joe. If you go to listen to that show, Joe explains it very well. But it's like they're using the word woke, like they use the N-word. That's who you are.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Making it derogatory.
Yes, they're making it that.
Yep.
And where it came from and
Just
everything.
like they did CRT.
Yes.
Just like they did.
Yeah, because we all know CRT
Black
is not
Lives
being taught in
Matter.
any damn high school.
Nope.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a graduate class that you take after you graduate high school. I mean, graduate college. If you're going for your master's or something about that level. But they have turned it into this crisis across America. And Jess Coggins says woke got the Renaissance. It got us from the dark ignorance. It's exactly what awakening. If you're going to have me take a pick between being a dumbass or being woke, well, fuck, I'm going to pick woke. I know more. I don't want to sit in the dark and not know shit. It is. It's sad when you take a look at the social war that the Republicans are going on right now, that they are waging.
The problem is, John, there aren't enough people that are woke enough.
No,
Um,
no. We need
we
a
wanna
lot more
use it
waking
that
them
right.
up.
The origins of the term is traced back to the origins of jazz music,
Yeah,
of blues music in America, which became pop music and the music
yeah.
of
And it's what
today.
degraded
Okay?
the society that we lived in.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
because if you listen to that black
Yeah.
music, you
Oh,
was going to become
you're gonna be
heathens
doing.
like them.
You're gonna be doing. You're gonna be injecting marijuana.
you might
Yeah.
actually
It's,
learn to
Yes.
dance
yes.
and
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yes.
Um,
Uh,
you
there, there's a documentary on Netflix called um, "The Grass is Greener," and it delves into this
Yeah.
and the origins of black music and how it became popular music and part of this country's
That fought
culture.
against it.
Culture.
Yes.
Okay,
Bern-
and
Yeah.
and
Elvis is
how
okay though. Yeah.
marijuana was used and music was used to go after people like Louis Armstrong and all the
Yeah.
great musicians that ever fucking existed and gave this country the history that it has as far as music is concerned.
Indeed.
The history that the
I can't
British
imagine music if you just look
and
at music
thrived
alone
on
not
and
having a
built their
black
whole
influence. Are you
the
shitting me?
Beatles and the Rolling
Oh.
Stones,
Oh, we
they
wouldn't
all
have had
came up
swing music.
listening
I mean,
to this
my
music.
God, we wouldn't have had
Yes.
anything.
Nope, you're right.
No.
You're right. And
Bernadette,
that music has a history in the cotton fields of this country.
And we all know why people can't
got a
dance. So.
problem there, Bernadette. You don't. You're not pronouncing the words right, Bernadette. It's not
Oh.
Uh-oh.
oranges.
Mhm.
It's oranges.
Ah.
Oranges.
Oh, the oranges.
The oranges.
The oranges.
Yes, the oranges of the
Yeah.
music. You have to go
I'm-
all the way,
I'm
peel
sorry.
it back through the oranges.
My education get to me, Dave. I'm
'Cause
sorry.
if there's any Trumpers listening, they won't know what you mean.
I understand.
I
what
don't
you're
think we
saying.
have
Your
any
intelligence is showing again, Bernard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know, somebody asked me the other day, "Oh, don't you get a lot of them?" No, we don't. No, they come in and they I don't know. I think they don't like messing with. They want to go find somebody sounding stupid. We don't sound stupid.
Want to hear a news headline?
What's a news headline,
Even-
Dave?
Even more classified documents found in Trump's office, and they have been uploaded to the cloud.
Right.
That's right. Now I've just posted it in the main chat.
That isn't
It's
the
there.
old
It's
news from
Glenn
last week?
No, I
Is
don't know.
anybody
It's Glenn Kushner.
surprised? Is anybody
I
surprised?
38 minutes ago this was posted. 38 minutes ago by Glenn Kushner. I don't know if he repeats old news, but it says even
Glenn
more
Kushner.
documents found in Trump's office, and these documents have been uploaded to the cloud. That's his headline. I take Glenn Kushner as being a bit honest. I don't think he's dishonest.
I
No,
like
as a matter
him.
of fact,
He's a
I'm
smart
looking-
man.
I just had a quote.
So,
from
yeah.
him.
Smart man. But
You just had a quote.
Yeah, Glenn Kushner,
the
okay,
man-
says Trump will be indicted and rat out on everyone else to reduce his prison term by 1 day. That was the quote by Glenn Kushner I like. He says that Trump, when he's indicted, he's going to flip, and he's going to flip real quick. He's going to flip on everybody. If he can get a 1 day reduction in sentence, he'll do it. That's who he is. That's
I
what
believe
Glenn.
that too.
Yeah,
Jeanette Miller concurs with
check
you,
this
Aussie.
out.
It's new.
check this out.
What?
He can make that proffer to the prosecutors. They do not have to take it, honey.
that's true. That's true. But I think we're going to see it in the next few days. We're going to see some movement because of the fact that the Georgia grand jury reconvenes on the 1st, which is Wednesday. They because she can't turn it over to the sitting grand jury until they reconvene, and that's on Wednesday. So she will, that's going to be presented to the grand jury, and then it's going to be up to them about indictments in Fannie Willis at Fannie Mae. Fannie Willis is going to have to make a decision pretty quick, because we were talking about this earlier. It's got to happen by June. By June, we have to have this going.
In that grand jury case came out and said that the jurors who sat in that special grand jury can talk about the testimony that they received, as long as they don't talk about what went on in deliberations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All we have is a bunch of eye rolling and snickering and smiles, and you have to read between the lines, but I think it's going to be there. Let me thank.
As long as they could talk about, he said they could talk about their report and
Yeah.
what it took, the testimony that it took to make the report. They could talk about it, as long as they don't talk about the
The deliberations. Yeah, she's free to say whatever she wants as long as she doesn't talk about that.
All of them. All of them are.
And she's on solid ground, I understand. But again, is Trump team going to try to use that to try to get the case dismissed? Oh hell yeah,
They're going to try.
they're going to try, but I don't think it'll fly. Let me thank James Lieb, who just came in with a $25 donation and said, just watched a video on YouTube of a racist, trash, white, fat dude harassing a black woman at Walmart in Orlando. A black man rightly came to her defense. Someone please tell Chief Justice John Roberts that blatant racism still exists in good old USA. Every day, and you don't have to look far to find it. James, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. Yeah, if you're embarrassed about the history, don't teach it. We are not there yet.
About Chief Justice John Roberts. Not one day in his life has he ever or will he ever experience racism.
No.
So from his perspective, it doesn't exist anymore.
It's all in how you live your personal life.
I'm sure if you walked up on the street and called him all sorts of racist insults, you'd be arrested. But if it was an average Mr. Black man walking down the street, no. But if you do it to Justice John Roberts, you'd be arrested. There's a big difference, guys, isn't there?
There's a big difference,
isn't there? It is.
I don't, I'm all for. I am. I wish Joe Biden would. I wish they would expand the court, because we are stuck with this court if we don't for a long, long time. And we can already see the handwriting on the wall right now, which direction they're wanting to go. Your rights, well, that's dependent on what they think today.
But we've already made it clear that we don't trust them.
Yes, we don't. Do you?
Well,
I don't trust Kavanaugh as far as I can spit.
They consistently rule against the prevailing thought of the people of America.
Well, it's not even the rulings. It's the idea that things have leaked, really, and they think there's someone else that leaked it, really.
Well,
I don't trust them.
It's up to Congress to pass a law that demands that they have some sort of ethics panel, court, whatever.
Yeah, we always assumed that they did, but apparently they don't.
No, they never did. That's the thing, is that there was never any ethics committee or process for the Supreme Court to have to go through.
Yeah.
Every other federal judge underneath them has to go through it, but not the Supreme Court. That can only be changed by an amendment.
I can't tell you.
Who can we get to introduce one of those?
I can't tell you how important. And we look back at history and think, even the last, we thought, this is it. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Turns out, no. So far, right now, it's aiming to be 24. Because if we don't set this ship on solid course and keep it on track where we are right now, baby, if we change winds, we're headed for the rocks. We're headed for very fucking rough water. And I'm concerned. Because, like I said, he's not running to take an election. He's running to raise a fucking army. It won't be a big one, but look how he got elected the first time. He did not win the popular vote.
He didn't care about the election the first time.
Exactly.
Okay? It was all about, it's always been about the grift with this guy.
Yeah, but he knows to motivate hate. That's his thing.
Yes.
That's what he does. And he does it very well.
His father taught him very well how to do it.
And when you throw in other politicians who are willing to let him and go along with it, you're getting into dangerous fucking territory.
To an end for him. He could really give a fuck about
Two
politics.
shits. Two
He doesn't
shits.
care about any of it.
No.
It's all about what he is going to reap.
It's about what he
personally.
can get and the perceived worship of him.
He does like worship.
He
Yes,
loves
he
it.
does.
If he could be Kim Jong Un, he would. He would all
Kiss
have us
my
out there
hand.
just clapping our
Yeah.
fucking whole heads off. That's what he would want. You know,
Yeah.
and that's not who we are.
Oh, you do forget he is and has been verified by many of the psychiatrists as a sociopath.
Yes,
Yes, he
Now,
is.
and I guess that's
And-
okay with a certain amount of our population.
They don't care.
Excuse me? No, they don't. That's the
Because
problem.
he says out loud the things that they have in their
heart. I grabbed two shirts, and well, I had this shirt on. I was looking for a shirt. And then I forgot that I had to put the kittens in the cage before it came on the show anyway. Didn't have time change. But I was grabbing, the shirt I was grabbing was going to be my one that says, "You can't fix stupid, but the red hats make it easier to identify." Because that's a certain part
the red hats only cover up the circumcision marks.
where they took their brain out.
Yeah.
Where they,
You mean the lobotomies?
yeah, the lobotomy.
Yeah.
Some of them you just look
By
at.
Fox News.
But then there's others, and there's some of them I know. They're not stupid. As a matter of fact, they're pretty smart. They know how to play the game. They're
Yeah.
not dumb. They're hateful.
Yes.
They're hateful. The guy with the
It's
rebel
what's
flag
in
down
their
the street,
heart, Ron.
he's
It's
hateful.
what's in their heart.
That's right, baby. It is. So he can, if you've got a rebel flag on your prop, I don't care if you have 50 American flags. They don't mean shit to me. When it makes a difference to me, it's that fucking rebel flag you got standing back there. Fuck you. And your little, I'm an American, God bless America, get an eagle to fly by, somebody play the Star Spangled Banner. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's not American, and you're just a fucking snake in the grass. Anyway, let me catch up real quick because I want to thank Maria Brentoncourt, who came in with a $10 donation and said, watch or read the books. There you go. Exterminate All the Brutes. And 2, the 1619 Project. It will educate you on racism, slavery, colonialism, and native genocide. You want something to watch? There's some titles right there. Watch.
Hey, you got a couple more days. It's still Black History Month.
Yes, yeah, get into it. Exterminate All the Brutes and the 1619 Project. Both of them very educational and very eye-opening. I guess, be careful. You may be
And
you may be
if
woke.
You want to see
Oh, you
the
might win.
current-
You might be woke. Did I
If
give
you
Maria
want-
a bang? I don't know. There's another one. And Diana Mallory, bequeather the gong and Secret Squirrels, came in. I told the story about the Secret Squirrel. Anyway, donated $5 through Super Chat and said, lock him up and take all his flunkies with him. Out of your mouth
Yes.
to God's ear, baby. Let's see that get done. And again, it has to happen this year. Hold on to your britches, because it is. A lot of shit's going to happen this year.
And John,
it has
I have
to.
to ask, John,
Yes.
have you heard Rachel Maddow's Ultra
No.
yet?
No. Are you
Okay,
shitting
dude,
me?
I'm gonna send you a link to that,
Please.
okay?
Yeah.
Because what we need to understand is that this rise of fascism is nothing new
It's a
in this
rehash.
country. It's been here before. In fact, it comes in a cycle of about every 80 years. So we're talking the post-Civil War era. There was a rise of fascism, or at that point they called it white supremacy. It's white nationalists, y'all.
It's the same thing.
It's white nationalists.
It's the Klan.
same thing.
It's Nazism. It's everything.
It
World.
was. It happened then. It happened again in the 40s, which is the episode that Rachel talks about in this 8-part series.
I've
of
got
her
to see it, hear it,
Ultra.
listen to it, because
I will get it
too
to
many
you
people
this
talking
evening
about it,
after
and I
the
have
show.
not. I've been under a lot of
It
shit
is-
lately.
It's
But yesterday cured all
fascinating.
that.
The thing is that she reads about this epic period of time. You actually think she's talking about shit that's happening right
Today,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that you can see the correlation of then and to what it's
Yes,
relate
you
to
can see the
what's going on
correlation
now.
of it. And this happens about every 80 years in America. We've defeated it before. It can be done
We
again.
can do well,
But it takes all of us to do it.
and there's more of us now than there was then
Yes.
because of that.
Yes.
Because
And believe me,
because that
2024, we're going to see more and more and more of it, you guys.
how
It's
is
just gonna
that?
come
Why
at us
is that?
nonstop.
It couldn't be because America's more and more diverse every year that ticks by. We are a more diverse nation. So the this little
No.
white nationalist shit
It-
shrinks
It's the
every
rise
fucking
of
year.
white nationalism again.
They're
in this
desperate.
country.
But
They're
you're
desperate.
being divided on purpose and for a reason.
Yes.
There's a
Divide and
plan.
conquer. Isn't that the plan in any
With
great battle?
what
Yep.
the great attorney Ben Trump calls deliberate indifference,
Yes,
meaning
that would be good.
they do it on purpose. They
purpose.
don't care. On purpose, they don't care.
It doesn't affect their the
Deliberate
world they live in.
indifference. When you listen to those two words put together, you see it. You see it in everything that they say and everything that they do.
And
It is
Well,
on
Annette
purpose
Miller,
that they don't care. Cruelty is the point.
And what is it
John,
that combats that? What is it that we do that combats that?
We vote.
We vote and we learn.
That's what combats
We
it.
learn.
Well, we don't
We
just learn,
educate
we have to
ourselves,
teach
and
it.
we vote.
Yes.
And yes. Yes.
So while Ron
Well,
DeSantis
they're
down there
trying
is
to prevent us
screaming,
from teaching it.
yeah,
Well,
They're trying to
one by
prevent us
one,
from
we have to
teaching it.
say it if we see it.
Hey, we have the greatest
All
source
the
of
time.
information available to us at this moment in time. It's called the internet. They can't
Yep.
stop you from learning.
no, and
Because
everything
it's out
is right
there.
there. Everything
It's
is
out
at your
there.
fingertips. You can Google anything. Just be careful of what
Anything.
news story you pick to read on there, because some of them are just covered by advertisements and shit. But look down on the list. Find out what they're talking about, and be solid in your information. That's the best thing you can do, is be knowledgeable. Be what's a good word for woke?
Informed.
Woke? Yeah, be
Woke?
informed. That's exactly it. And that's what exactly woke means. You're informed. I always say I'd rather be woke than fucking stupid. Are you shitting me?
Be informed.
That's it. All you
and,
have to
and
do is
dig
know
a
the
little
issue.
deeper than the first story you come across.
Yeah, because every story is born from another story. You know, it's
John,
just
Jeanette Miller, just back on something. Jeanette Miller, earlier on, when I mentioned about these documents, we weren't sure whether it's old news or new news. Well, Jeanette Miller on chat said, no, it's definitely brand new documents they've found,
yes.
just found. And there's a few others that say, yes, time to dig up the coffin.
Time to dig up the coffin. We know you put something in there, you asshole. I can't, it is hard to comprehend, but that's who he is. That they're still finding documents today. He's not confident. You give it to Mike Pence. Go search my shit. Joe Biden, go search my shit. Everybody go search my shit. They're not finding anything more than they had before, and what they found before really wasn't that of so much consequential information. The shit
Well, let's
Donnie's
talk
got,
about
yeah.
other people's laptops and thumb drives.
Hey,
Who's got what?
how about just
Yeah.
boxes of files?
Hey, let's turn over that laptop
Yeah.
and let's search
What
But they
that.
were scanning
about-
those and putting them in the computer and putting them on thumb drives because they're easier to move around.
What
Move
about,
'em to who?
Jared Kushner? I'd like to see Jared Kushner's laptop and Ivanka's laptop.
Yeah.
Which I think
Yeah, everybody's taking a
Those
big
new
smile.
laptops, those fuckers got subpoenaed. They have to show up.
Yeah, they got to
Okay?
show up, and I can't wait. Jack Smith
Oh,
doesn't look like somebody
You know
really
what?
mess with.
The littlest Blue Dot asked me today, what does subpoena mean, Mimi?
It means
So I
your
told
ass
him.
is in trouble.
I told him what it means. And that just lets me know that what he, and I told him, I said, if you don't understand something, hey, you got me, you got the dictionary, And usually I send him to the dictionary, but I told him what it means. And so he can understand the conversation that was going on. But he's listening, and that's a good thing.
That is a good
That's
It
thing.
is.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Wait a minute. You're
Um,
telling me he's
Trump should
Is
be
he
arrested.
woke?
He should
Is he
be
woke?
arrested.
Oh, honey, he's gonna
He's
be so
woke as
woke. His
shit.
eyeballs won't close. Okay?
he's He knows probably more than all of us do, if the truth was known
Okay.
already.
His
He
eyeballs
knows
will
more than
not
I
close.
probably forgot already. We have high
So,
hopes for him. He is not only the littlest blue dot in this family. Metaphorically speaking, he is our future. When we
yes,
talk
he
about
is.
the generation that we're going to turn this over, we're talking about Dominic. Him.
Yes, he is.
What kind of world is he going to inherit? On the political side or the environmental side,
Yep.
the economic side? What is life going to be like when Dominic is 30? You know, we'll give him the 20s. Come on, yeah,
Hopefully
guy's
it's
got to grow up
better.
and have some fun there. But by 30, I'm sure he'll settle down and go, wait a minute, I'm going to solve the world's problems, and I'm sure he will.
Right.
I am. I look at somebody like Dominic as being our future. That's the kids,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
the ones we're raising now. I screwed
Yeah.
up on mine. Boy, are they spoiled. Boy, out of shit. But I'm just kidding.
Allowing them to
I
ask
am proud
questions
of
and
my
answering
kids.
them honestly, yeah.
Yep.
You
he's
can't
gonna do well.
pull the wool over my kids'
Yep.
eyes. Whatever you say, even whatever I say. Travis over there, the first thing, what'd you say, Dad? He's checking it out. Travis doesn't not if it comes right out of my word, and I said, well, this is what I saw. And he goes, oh, and a prime example, Travis, we're going to get a new air fryer for free. What do you mean? I said, well, that air fryer over there on the counter over there is being recalled, and we got to turn it in, and we'll get a free one. And he said, no. I said, yeah, go look it up. So he looked up. Of course, sir, he recalled it. Yeah, there it is. And he said, well, are you sure it's ours? Yeah, I'm sure it's ours. Nope. Turn it over. Let's check the serial number, the model number, and the serial number. He checked. Okay, yep, you're right. Yeah, he's not taking anything I say just willy-nilly.
Yeah,
He
well,
checks
there you
everything
go.
out. And the end of that story is,
you know
yes, I'm
what?
getting another
And-
air fryer because mine is
And
prone
an
to catching on
informed
fire.
person would do that, John.
Yes,
You're
yes.
not going to just take your
Yeah,
word.
no,
You're
neither
gonna
one of
take
my
what
kids
you
are
say
taking
and
my
go
word
check
for
that
shit.
out.
I might give them a direction, but they're going to go check it out. And I'm glad. I'm glad because they don't get the wool pulled over their eyes very easy. You know, it's yeah. And all the information, if you have a cell phone with data, it's right there at your fingertips. Everything in the world that we ever wish to know is right there in our hands. And when you use it, it's an extremely powerful tool.
But here's the thing, John.
But
I'm gonna talk like a privileged white person.
go
right now,
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay?
Let me hear it.
And I don't mean in terms of money. Money doesn't have anything to do with my privilege.
Mhm.
My privilege
Oh,
has been to
shit.
live my life in a manner that I didn't have to worry about stuff. There was so much I didn't have to think about. I didn't have to worry about somebody doing something to me just because I wanted to walk down the street, wanted to go to the store, go through the wrong neighborhood. You know how many times I've been pulled over in my life? I've never had anybody pull a gun on me when I got pulled over.
That's the
And I've been
privilege,
in the
baby.
wrong too. I've been pulled over
Oh, no, I
honestly
could say
doing
the same
something
thing.
bad.
Times I've gotten arrested, my mouth got me arrested. Wasn't the color
And
of my skin.
that's the other term that they keep trying to twist around.
Oh,
That's
shit.
the privilege that I have just because I happen to be born, not through any, thing that I did, just by chance, by my color. And I have,
That's how every
friends
one
that
of
I
us
have
is
met
born.
in here that has not been their life.
Every one of us is born in that same respect. By
But
pure.
but what I'm getting at is because I now see that, I didn't really see it all that way because I'm living my life, la la, life is easy, woo woo, I pay bills. I didn't see how difficult it was for my brothers and sisters of color. I didn't see it. I didn't know. And now I can't unsee it. And that's all, if anything, that we can ask this Blue Dot family to do is to look and see it.
Yeah.
And when you see it, you can't unsee
You
it.
can't unsee it.
And then you can't
unlearn it.
ignore it. And you can't not say something.
Well, my mind
Say
just
it
went
right
south,
away,
baby.
say it.
Can I speak on this?
Yes, you may, Bernadette.
One thing that I have always appreciated about you, especially when we have conversations in the blue room, is that it, not only do you acknowledge that you do have this, what I call special white privilege, because not only are you just white, but you're a female white. Okay,
Oh, that's
and
double
that
bonus
gives you,
there. You get a bonus for being
yes, that
female.
gives you a special white
Yep.
privilege. But one thing that I admire
Oh, man.
about you more than a whole lot of other people is that not only do you acknowledge that, but your willingness to listen and to learn. To know that you have this privilege, and yet toss that to the side and say, okay, what can I learn from being in this position of what's truly a power? Okay? What's
Yeah.
truly a power? Because, like, we were going to discuss the missing Native Americans. Every
Indeed.
white woman that goes missing in America gets put on national
Lord.
news.
Yeah.
Just gets blasted all over national news. When you don't hear a word about a indigenous person or a black woman or a Latinx or any person of color, the Asians, whatever, you don't hear about that. But every white girl that goes missing in America gets put on national news. Your willingness to say, okay, I'm going to quiet my own privilege and try to understand somebody else's position in this.
And Bernadette,
I've
I want to
always
thank
admired
you.
and liked that about you.
I want to thank you and a few of the other ladies in this Blue Dot family who have
I
been
know who you
patient
talking
with
about.
me and helped me along my journey of figuring that out.
You know, in the overall grand
She's
scheme,
woke. She's woke. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's woke, and
She's
she's getting
woke.
woker by the day. Okay,
I
so
know.
y'all
I'm getting
deal with
pissed
it.
off more and more by the day too, Bernadette.
oh man,
She's deal with it.
this family has grown so much, and we have made so many personal connections across this family. And that I've spoken on before. It just warms my heart. It's what gives life to this whole thing. This has nothing to do with me and everything to do with every one of y'all. Man, it's even when you know it's coming. Leo Saki just came in the chat just a minute ago and said that for those that you don't know, and I was one of them, our friend, fellow Blue Dot, Buddy Davis, has passed away.
Oh no.
And that hurts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That one hurts.
Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy was a fine man. He was, a Grammy-nominated artist. He was a veteran. He was a proud American. He was so. And I'm lucky to have even known the man.
Who's a blue dot?
You know,
Who's a blue dot?
there's, his story's not too far from a lot of people in this family who have histories that any one of us would be proud to have. And yeah, that one's gonna hurt. Yes, Jess Coggins. I think we heard from Bill just the last time we were on there. I saw a message from Bill. Yeah, that one's gonna hurt. Maybe I've talked to Buddy many times on the phone. Yeah, I have his albums. Yeah, I won't forget the first time I met him, and but it's no different than every other family out there that we have loved ones that we care for and everything, and then next thing you know, there's a death in the family, and Buddy is that. Buddy is our family member, and he played his guitar beautifully. Yes, Maria Betancourt just say if you haven't heard Buddy's music, yeah, he was good on a level of a Grammy. So, if I'm saying the right award. Which one's music? Is it Grammy?
Yes.
I think so.
You're
yes,
right.
He was
Yes.
nominated one time. Yes, he's an absolute great guitar player.
And he was a blue dot, and he was part of this family, and he will be missed.
Yes, he will be.
And his voice will be missed, and his spirit will be missed.
And Let me see. It's
Hard to follow that up, isn't it, John?
sometimes this, it's difficult with Joe Garcia. I was lucky he came by Friday and to see me, and I'm glad he did because Friday was a suck ass day, and I've been fighting that for a long time. But another one of our Blue Dots just informed me that Mary Booth, who was a longtime Blue Dot, has also passed away. So if you knew Mary Booth on Facebook, yeah, we lost her too. So, and there's no telling how many people that we've lost that we don't know, that don't jump in the chats. This family is larger than what we think it is. There's a lot of people that listen to it that don't necessarily participate in the chat, and I'm
Yep.
like I said, this it has nothing to do with my ass. My ugly face just happens to be the one on the camera. This is your doings. This is your family that you built. I didn't build this. You did. I didn't. I'm not the one that asked you to come into this chat. You do. You voluntarily came into this family, and this is what we are now. So it's not John's family. This is the Blue Dot family, baby. I just happen to. I'm lucky enough to be a member of it. And I'm proud to host a place where we can come together and talk. But this little platform has spawned others like it. So that voice just keeps going on. I don't care whose mouth it's coming out of. That inclusion part, that reaching out and making a family. That's what this is.
And thank you for everybody that comes in. Whether you use your voice and speak out or not, we see you in the chat. We know you're here. We've got some good people going on. We got a family going on. Some are on Facebook, some are on YouTube, some are in Discord. And any of you are always invited to come to Discord and use your voice, get on the show, say what you need to say, or don't. That's fine too. Just knowing you're here and you're listening and you're helping to support democracy in
There are
America
people within this family
what matters.
that very seldom come on. Not on the live show, but you go in the Blue Room, oh Lord. And some of them hardly ever, they were so well thought of. Yeah.
They're there.
Let me thank Keith Thompson, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, in support of the words spoken by the women on Discord. Now I see. I now see. Yeah, it's. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
It is, and man, Buddy passing, that's going to hit hard. That's. I've talked to Buddy.
Got more people in the room, John.
Yes. We have. I'm sorry, I'm blind. Miss Linda, how are you, darling?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Finer than frog hair, you might say.
Oh, you
you
that.
might say.
I'm just finer than frog hair except 3 ways,
That's
darling.
45, baby. And Keith, thank you very much for that donation, brother. I appreciate it tremendously. How are you doing in Ura, by the way?
Thank you.
Where's my
Trying to keep the back door closed.
Yes, please do that for a few more days. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I'm projected to be in the 80s for the next 5 days, I think. So,
oh, shut up.
Keep that door closed, please.
Shut up. 80 degrees.
It's pitiful. Somebody has to suffer. It might as well be me.
He likes rubbing it in your face, doesn't he, eh? He likes to make
y'all
it
ain't going to
feel
be laughing too much. I mean, y'all are going to be laughing your ass off come August when John's hitting 105 down here. And y'all are sitting up there in your 80s or 90s. And yeah. Well, I don't think so either. That's going to spread across the north, too. Just wait, it's coming. If we don't do something, a lot more is coming.
He'll be asking you, Keith, to open up the back door and turn the air conditioner on. That's when
exactly
you
right,
say, Nah. You suffer, boy.
I'm telling you. And it's brutal up there. Bernadette's been, we're just tickled that she got her electricity on.
I am too, but, we've got 3 more days of storm coming. They're talking another 3
it ain't over.
snow, John.
It ain't over.
Another 3 feet of snow heading our way. So,
I know it. I got 3 more days of sunshine. I don't know what the fuck
dude,
I'm
I'm stuck in the house with my son who's stuck home from work and my grandson who's stuck home from school. I ain't getting no peace. Okay, they
Cabin
eat
fever.
like crazy.
Yeah, let's get the shit
Oh
out
my
of here. We're gonna
God,
dig our
they
way
eat
out.
like crazy.
Oh shit.
Young men and adult men are like having cows, Bernadette. They just
Oh my
graze
gosh.
and graze.
You know, I thought it was bad with just when my son was a kid, okay? But him and Dominic together, oh my God,
Oh,
it's too much. They eat me out of house and home, y'all.
I
And
get
I can't
bored.
get
The
up and
kitchen's
do
the first
anything.
place I go.
Make them pay, Bernadette. It's not a free, not a free restaurant.
I'm gonna put a jar. I'm gonna put a jar in the kitchen. You want to eat? You need to drop some money.
Tip
Just
jar,
tip
baby.
jar.
Tip
Tip
jar.
jar.
Let's get this thing going here.
Yeah, maybe need a new pair of shoes.
I'm like, every time Travis and Rose go shopping, I always kind of like, all right, something new is going to happen because they always like to explore new shit. And Travis is just ate up with Japanese stuff. So we get a lot of stuff. He gets this Japan box. And it's like you have to look at the picture on the package to figure out what the hell it is. Because there's no English on there at all. You know. So it's potluck, whether you're not, you're going to like it. Oh, it looks good. You take a bite. No, you take a bite. Let's see what it tastes like.
No, I'm not going to eat it. You eat.
You eat it, yeah. Let's let Mikey eat it, yeah. That kind of shit. But I'm glad though that they have that.
That is still moving.
What's that, Keith? What's moving?
How about a squid or octopus?
Squid.
That's tentacles are still
Squid.
moving.
I get the.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good if it's still moving.
Hey.
Knock
Let's
that
leave
thing
the
out.
squid alone.
We might can talk about it. Okay.
Squids are just out there to chase women and drink beer. That's all. That's what squids do. That's what squids do. They drink a lot of beer and chase women.
That's a different squid.
Oh! No, it's not. It's coming out of a Marine's mouth. I know what he meant.
I know what you're talking
Tried
about.
to slide one by me. No. It's a secret language we have. Huh? Grunt. Hey. I'm telling you. I love it. My brother was a Marine. You don't think there was shit flying back and forth in my house? Anytime he came to visit about Marines and Navy? Oh, yeah. It's my brother, as is Keith. Where'd you go, Keith? Hey, I'm saying nice shit about you. Did you hear that?
Yeah, well, it's why we get along, bro.
That's why. One of the many reasons, brother.
Yes, indeed.
One of the many reasons. Anyway.
White guy in Texas, black guy in Minnesota, and we hook up like brothers.
That's it.
I appreciate it.
You know what? That sounds like Americanism. You know what an American should be.
What?
We should,
American? What?
yes, I should care about you. You should care about me.
What?
We shouldn't care if it's red state, blue state. We should take care of everybody. Oh, not Marjorie Taylor Greene's thought, though. Oh, no, that's
Make it
right.
all purple.
Huh? What was that, Miss Linda?
I said we should just make it all purple.
That's what it is.
Yes.
There ain't no solid Republican state. There's Democrats that live there. There's no solid Democrat states. Republicans live there. We're mixed all over. They base it by who's in their state house. They're not
Yeah,
charging
my
by
whole
national
house
because
now.
national Georgia would be blue as shit. 2 Democratic senators and they voted for Joe Biden. Looks blue to me. Until you look at
Yep.
the state. And that's what she's talking
And
about.
then they have somebody like Marjorie. Oh, that
yeah.
woman tried to get her name come out my mouth. Ooh.
Man.
That's what I mean.
Man.
Every
Give me
election.
3 letters.
Don't you
Me
My
Miss
congressional
Doolittle.
election is just as
Hold on.
important as yours because when they get together, that's when the shit happens. So each one of us it has to be concerned about who our congressman is. Because if not, we end up like Marjorie Taylor Greene's and George Santos and Lauren Bobart's or pick one nowadays. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. You know,
And you don't want to clown like Bobo from Colorado. Mm-hmm.
no. And you don't want
Okay,
somebody
no,
like
no.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. You don't want to be recognized in the country as somebody who produced that. That's the best you got in your whole district, really? I don't think
They
so.
tried to elect Hershey Walker.
That,
What does that tell you? What does that
okay,
tell you about
you
them?
win. You win.
They did elect George Santos, whatever
They
the fuck
did.
his name is.
They did, and we came close because there were a lot of people that voted for Herschel Walker.
And if we're not careful, they'll put Trump's ass back in
They
office,
would.
y'all.
They
Yes, they
would.
will.
Take that shit serious.
Yes,
Yes.
unless even if he's in prison. Even if he's in prison, he could still get elected.
He can still
No
run.
law against it, baby.
And he will grift. He will grift his ass off
Yep.
while he's in prison.
And
Yep.
build that army. That's what he wants to do. So he's not going away either
Yeah,
way.
his army wants to subpoena him for their benefit in these January 6th.
Yes,
trials
the
that are
January
going on.
6th defendants, they want to call Trump as a witness.
Mhm.
I'd love to see that
Imagine
shit.
that.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd get
Imagine
popcorn.
that.
I'd be hanging on every word that came out of the...
Mhm.
Oh, you bet I would love to see that. Gonna happen? No. Donnie's not gonna come in and rescue anybody's ass. Donnie's in it for him. And just like they said earlier, if things go south and he gets indicted, he'll turn people left and right. If he thought he could make a better deal somehow for his ass, he'd flip on anybody. But he's gonna scream and holler if any... And there's much to like we just know. Jack Smith's already gotten Ivanka and Jarrett under oath. Let's see what happens with all this shit. But again, I remind you, it's going to be coming up in the next several months. The pace is going to pick up, and it has to, because we cannot go into 24, and it will anyway. Even if Trump is indicted. The trial wouldn't come until long after 24. Every one of us knows every delay tactic possible is going to be used. But we have to start it now, because if we start at 24, it's just going to become a political football, and he gets away with shit again. And we cannot let that happen. So, anyway.
You know, the Republicans would nail a Democrat, and you talk about
buddy.
it right to the wall.
Yeah.
And execute them.
They wouldn't even wait for the wall. They'd find a tree and nail you to it.
Republicans do the same thing. They say, well, it's okay. We
Yeah.
need to start nailing them to the fucking wall.
Yep.
Okay?
That's what I think.
We
Let's go, baby.
We
'Cause-
need to take their words and use it against them in their campaigns and never let it stop.
Indeed. Shove it up their ass. That's what they need.
Their words.
You need to shove this up their butt, because you need to chase these little maggots back underneath their rock. And we can do it. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening.
And we need to talk about one more thing. We need to talk more about what Biden is doing for this country and
Yes.
the world.
We should.
Yes.
We should. We should dedicate a
He
portion of
has
the
pulled
show
the UN
every week.
together in this war in Ukraine, and we are standing strong in the world again, guys.
Russia's not looking good in this
Because of
shit.
Biden.
The great and
No,
powerful
they ain't.
Russia. Yeah, I think Joe has shown us another side, baby.
Yeah.
And
Can
thank
you imagine
goodness
what would
for
have
it.
happened?
Yes,
if
I can.
Had any of that happened when Donnie was there?
Yeah.
Yes, as a matter of
we
fact,
can.
there's a story
God.
somewhere about Donnie's plan would have been had this happened under him,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be
We can't
turning out the way it is now.
We had over 300,000 people that needlessly died in this country because of COVID. Needlessly under his administration.
Yeah.
It's a piece of shit, and we all know it.
We can
Anyway.
imagine.
Keith, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. Thanks for being a voice, brother.
He's busy shutting the door.
I think he's shutting the door.
Yes. We'll let him do that.
Well, Miss Linda, thank you for coming by, darling. I'm sorry, I think
Thank
I
you.
missed you for a while. I'm going to go get my eyes checked this week, I think.
I know you
Shouldn't
got to
say
sit
that
down
out of
there
my
all-
mouth.
I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. John's got plans every freaking day that don't pan out every day.
Yep.
But John is facing the next. I've got a little bit more of a pep in my step today, and I will for a while. And
All right.
yes,
baby.
Bernadette does know why.
Good
And,
night, John boy.
good night,
Yes.
Mary Ellen. Anyway, thank you for being here, darling. And David,
You're welcome.
thank you, darling. And David, thank you, brother, for coming in, joining the conversation, brother. And I'm glad your day
I'm glad
got
to
better.
see you. Yes.
I
Glad
appreciate
you're
that.
feeling better.
Yeah, let's keep that trend going for both of us,
Absolutely.
you and me, because that other way sucks. It really does. So let's keep it on the bright side. Anyway, take care of yourself, brother, and thank you for being here. And Mr. Chick, thank you, darling, as always. And I chime in
You're
with,
welcome, John.
with the admiration of Bernadette when she talks about how you dig into stuff and we find out shit.
Well, she has shared so much with me, John, that I'm
Those-
not getting this from nowhere.
I know it, darling. No, yes, we've got some personal relationships going on in this family. You do, I do. Bernadette is connected to a lot of Blue Dots.
Speaking
Yeah.
of sharing,
Like, share, and
you could
subscribe.
like, share, and subscribe.
Indeed. Doesn't hurt a bit. Button's right there. We'd appreciate it if you did. And, of course, Bernadette. Thank you, darling. Thank you
You're
for being on
welcome,
the show, and
sweetie.
thank you for being there when I call you. And go,
I get my notifications, so turn on your notifications. If you ain't getting them, you didn't turn them on.
There you
Turn
go.
on your notifications. You know right when to be in here. So yeah,
Indeed.
absolutely. And
And
as long as I got electricity, I'll be here.
there you go.
That could change.
Let's
I live in
hope that
PG&E.
stays. Let's hope that stays, especially in this weather. You need some power, baby.
I miss you guys when I can't get to you. I'm
Oh,
going
you
stir
shouldn't
crazy.
me. Yeah.
Trying not to.
become like a
I got my
habit, you know,
puzzle out. I'm doing a puzzle right now because it keeps my brain
Well,
active.
there you go.
So,
We've done those.
Yeah.
We do those occasionally.
Yeah.
We'll put out, and everybody works on it for a while, and then it lays there, and then we all just keep working on it occasionally until
Yep.
we get it done.
gotta
All
get
right.
busy.
Well, we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank all our panel and this Blue Dot
John?
family. Yes.
John, can I say one thing?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank
For
you
who?
for providing a platform for us to come and use our voices on.
Yes.
And healing blessings to Buddy Davis and his family and
Indeed.
friends. And Leo, thank you for coming in
Yes,
and letting
Leo,
us
thank
know.
you for
I
letting
know
us
you're
know,
close
brother.
to him. I know you're close to him. And so my condolences go out to you too. son.
Indeed. It's going to hurt everybody that knew Buddy. Buddy was a kind soul. A really kind soul.
Yes.
All right. Well,
I love you guys.
love you back and love this whole family back. So,
Absolutely.
again, even when
We're getting all
times.
mushy and everything.
Yeah, get all
Oh.
mushy
All
and
right.
shit. Best thing you
yeah,
can do,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
try to put a smile on your face, baby, and face tomorrow like you don't give a shit. You'll kick its ass. And try to do that while you're at it. Anyway, much love to all this Blue Dot family and YouTube on Facebook. Thank you for being here. And y'all say goodnight.
Night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
And I'm fixing to hit the wrong ass button. Did y'all notice I did that the other day? Closed Discord. Yep,
Yes.
I almost
Yes.
did the same thing. Almost hit the wrong button. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you again on Tuesday.